Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us coming here to learn the language of the noble Quran. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us sadqa jariyah for our parents and make our children sadqa jariyah for us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq to learn the language of the noble Quran and then teach others. I welcome you, my respected sisters, to today's class. I hope everybody is doing well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you all. Ameen ya Rab. If you're able to hear me loud and clear, sisters, please give me some feedback, and your answers, please write here. So inshallah, we'll shortly start the class. Barakallahu feek. Alhamdulillah. So we'll start the lesson. Today we will do chapter 4 in our lesson 7. And the good news is that chapter 4 is very small, very easy. Inshallah, we'll be able to finish this in one lesson. So next time, inshallah, we'll have new chapter. So today's lesson is going to be, inshallah, very easy. There's one or two things which we don't know. Rest of the things we already know that. So it will be just the extension of what we already know that. So new lesson. In this lesson, what we are going to learn is basically they are asking us, which is in Arabic called Isnadul Fail al Madi ila Damair. Alhamdulillah, we already know that. So what they will be teaching us is, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on the soul of Sheikh Abdul Rahim. Ameen ya Rab. That with the verb, how do you join the pronoun? So we already know that, and we know that these pronouns which we join to fail Madi, what we've learned so far, actually play the role of the file, play the role of the doer. So who is doing the action? So you already know that. As we'll go along in the lesson, you will realize that what am I saying is 100% correct, alhamdulillah. So this is what we're going to do. We have a verb zahaba. We will simply, depending on who is doing the action, we will attach that pronoun. So we'll see, inshallah. So this is a dialogue between the students, and we will see how it goes. So it is a fourth lesson. Now, fourth lesson, what kind of number is that? We've already studied cardinal number and ordinal number in past. So now I hope you're able to understand this is fourth lesson, not 4 lessons, right? There's a difference between the numbering system. Yusuf is saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be upon you and Allah's mercy and blessings. Then Ibrahim is saying, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bik. Peace be upon you as well, and Allah's mercy and His blessings. Welcome to you, O my uncle. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bika ya khali. Now, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. We have seen that before as well, but in this class, we'll just say it means welcome. Though there's more detail and it's a beautiful expression to make somebody comfortable and giving them a welcoming remarks. But we will see that inshallah in future lessons. So he's saying, Kaifa haluka? How are you? La'allaka bi khair. We have studied la'alla before. Where does la'alla come from, sisters? Which group? Can anybody tell me? Inna wa akhwatuha. Well done. It comes from inna wa akhwatuha. And after inna, what do we have? Ismu inna. And after that, we have khabru inna. Same with la'alla. We have ismu la'alla and khabru la'alla. So what is the ismu la'alla? Ka is the ismu la'alla. And bi khair is the khabar. Because we know khabar of la'alla or inna can be with harjar as well. And we know about the khabar as well. Khabar can be one word Zaidun mujtahidun, Zaid is hardworking. Or khabar can be shibul jumla khabar, Zaidun fil masjidi. So fil masjid is the combination of harf jar and ism majrur fil masjidi. These both two words are sitting in the chair of the khabar. If you look at the meaning, Zaid. Zaid is a subject. We're talking about Zaid. What is the khabar? What is the information we have about Zaid in this sentence? Fil masjid. He is in the masjid. Or in the previous sentence, we said Zaidun mujtahidun or Zaidun talibun. Zaid is a student. In the second sentence, we have information about him that he's in the masjid, but that khabar is coming in the form of praise. It's not coming as one single word. We will look into these things today as well, inshallah. So Yusuf, his uncle, is saying, Alhamdulillah, all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Aina abuka ya Ibrahim? Where is your father, O Ibrahim? So Ibrahim is saying, Zahaba ila suqi. He went to the market. We know Zahaba means huwa Zahaba. Who is the doer in Zahaba? Who can tell me? Where is the doer? Doer is hidden. So what is in Arabic? We say it's a hidden pronoun. Huwa means Zahaba means huwa Zahaba. As you can see in the transition, he went to the market. Who is doing the action? Who has done the action in the past? In the verb Zahaba, his father, he. So he went to the market. So Yusuf is asking about his mother. Wa aina ummuk? And where is your mother? So he's saying Zahabat ila khalati Zainab. She went to my auntie Zainab. This word Zahabat, where is the doer? We know the doer is hidden in this one as well. In these two verbs, doer is always hidden. Our eyes cannot see, but our mind can see that. So somebody may ask, what is this ta then? If it's not a doer, we know what is this ta. This ta only tells us that the doer is the female. So we can see the translation, she went. Zahabat means she went. So then he's saying, وَأَيْنَ إِخْوَتُكَ? And where are your brothers? Look at this. So Ibrahim is saying, ذَهَبُوا إِلَى الْجَامِعَةِ. They went to the university. So who is the doer here? This wow. This wow is the damir, as you can see here. This wow is present here. Hum ذَهَبُوا, hum ذَهَبُوا. They went. Look at the transition. ذَهَبُوا إِلَى الْجَامِعَةِ. They went to the university. So it means that when we want to add the doer with the verb, the fa'il in the form of pronoun, we can choose from this list. So if it's two people, we will say wow, we will add the waw and dhahabu. If it's me who's doing the action, I'll say dhahabtu. If it's all of us, we say dhahabna. I hope we all remember that. We all have done that. You see, sisters, this is what I was telling you in the last lesson. When we learn things in advance, they may look a little bit overwhelming at that time, but in future lessons, things become very, very easy. We just started the lesson and we've almost reached the half page. Then he's saying, وَأَيْنَ أَخَوَاتُكَ? أَخَوَاتُكَ yani sisters. So, and where are your sisters? So there's, as Ibrahim is saying, ذَهَبْنَا إِلَى الْمَدْرَسَةِ. So dhahabna means what? They all females. They all females. So look at this here. They all female. Hunna, what we use? Noon. We use noon only. Zahaba, we add noon with that. Zahabna ila al-madrasati. And one thing on the side note, we already know that. Then that when we add damir, these pronouns to the verb, then when the damir, the pronoun is mutaharrik means it has got a vowel sign, then the lam kalima of the verb becomes sakin. What is lam kalima? We already know that as well. The third letter of the verb is lam kalima. Look, lam kalima has sukoon here. But in these ones, Zahaba, we are joining alif with that for two. Huma, is Zahaba getting sukoon? No. Zahabat, this is sukoon as well. Does the lam kalima getting sukoon? No, it is fatha. Hum Zahabu, is the ba, which is a lam kalima getting sukoon? No. Why? Because the pronoun we are attaching is with the sukoon is not mutaharrik. Zahabata, once again, this alif for huma, for feminine, here we are not putting lam kalima as a sukoon. Why? Simple reason, because the pronoun is not mutaharrik, is not active. It has no vowel sign. But after huma, you see all hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, and nahnu. All these pronouns have got sukoon. Why? Because the pronouns we are attaching with these verbs are mutaharrik. So the lam kalima, sorry, I said pronoun, lam kalima of the verb is getting sukoon when we attach the pronoun which has got a haraka, a vowel sign on that. I hope it is clear. Here comes another example. Ama dhahabta ila al-madrasati al-yawm? Did you not go to the school today? So dhahaba is the verb and this ta means what? Anta, you. Look at this with anta. Here's our anta. How do we do it? We have put sukoon on the lam kalima of the verb. What is lam kalima? Lam kalima is the third letter of the verb. What is the fa kalima? Fa kalima is the first letter of the verb. And what is ain kalima? Ain kalima is the middle letter of the word. Here it is on the left hand side, on the bottom of the screen, as you can see here. Fa'ala. We have seen these patterns. Kha from the verb kharaja, fa is will be called fa kalima because it is coming on the pattern of fa'ala. It's coming right after fa. It's coming in the first position. Ra is coming in the second position. Second position of the verb is called ain kalima, as we can see here. And the last position, which is jim, is coming here, is called lam kalima. I hope it is clear, sisters, isn't it? Please type 1 in the chat box if it's clear, 2 if it is not, so I can see moving forward, do I need to repeat these things or not? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, you all got that. Now, if you look at this sentence, Ama dhahabta ila al-madrasati al-yawm. So we see ma is being used. What is this ma? This ma means not. What is it in called in Arabic? It's called ma'un nafiya. Ma'un nafiya. There are different type of ma in Arabic language. This ma, what we see is ma'un nafiya, as we can see in the translation. Ama dhahabta ila al-madrasati al-yawm. Did you not go to the school today? So Ibrahim is saying bala. Why is he saying bala? Who can tell me, sisters? We have seen that the question which will have hamza coming, we will answer with naam or la. For example, if I ask you ahadha kitabun, you will either say naam, hadha kitabun, or you will say la, hadha qalamun. If I, you see what I'm saying? We have studied that hamza tul qat, hamza tul istifham, this hamza of the question, whenever it will come, you will not give a direct answer. First, you will confirm, affirm, or you will negate, and then you will give the answer. So, for example, once again, hadha kitabun. If that is a book, you will not say hadha kitabun. You will say naam hadha kitabun. How do you do in English? Is this a book? Yes, this is the book. Is this a book? No, this is the pen. So you use yes and no. Likewise, in English, you use naam and la. But we have studied in the last lesson that when the question is there, but the question there's a negation, and if we want to say in answer yes, what do we use the word? Bala, and bala means yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I hope all of you remember that. So he's saying bala, yes, indeed. Dhahabtu wa raja'tu. He's talking about himself. Look, dhahabtu with ana, we are having dhahabtu. And raja is a verb, is a past tense. What is the meaning? He returned. In the present tense, it will be called he is returning. Or if you want to issue a command to somebody, irji', return, right? So zahabtu means I went. Wa means and raja'tu, I return. Ba'd al-hissatil ula, and a return after the first period. What kind of word is hissatul ula? Who can tell me? This number is the number we've studied before, right? Cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. So this is not awwal, this is ula, first period. First period. So this is naat and man'ut. Somebody may say, why there is, okay, we understand that, but we've studied that the man'ut, if it's man'ut is majroor, then the naat will be majroor. Why there is no kasra here? That's another question. Because alif will not have haraka. Alif cannot accept haraka. What kind of word is that? We will see in few minutes. But this is mu'annas. If it was instead of hissa, if it was dars, it will say al-awwal, as we've studied before. But because this is mu'annas, so we will use the mu'annas, the feminine version of the word of this number, which is al-ula. The masculine was al-awwal. I hope you remember that this was just a revision of what we have done in the last class. So Yusuf is saying, because he came early, limadha raja'ta? Why did you return? You see now, raja'a is our verb. As we can see, Ra, Jim, and Ain. And this ta, what is this ta doing here? This ta is the ta of pronoun. Who is doing the verb? Who returned? You one male, anta. So the ta is used. And why there's a sukun on the last letter? Because you are attaching a pronoun which is mutaharrik. Every time you will attach a pronoun, a damir, which has got a vowel sign, the lam kalima of the verb will get sukoon. Raja'ta, raja'ta. I hope you remember that and you understood that. So then Ibrahim is saying, Raja'tu li annani maridun. I return because I am sick. Because I am sick. Now, where is this anna coming from? This anna is the part of inna wa akhwatuha. Inna wa akhwatuha. So two words have been joined here. Lam of harf jar and anna has been joined here. Right? Raja'tu li annani maridun. The meaning is because I am. Li annani means because I am. Now he's saying maridun, so he used word sick. If he wanted to say, for example, for whatever reason he wanted to use the word a student, he would say la annani talibun. If for any reason he wanted to say that he is the teacher, he will say li annani mudarrisun. So I hope you got that. So if it is ismu in if it is the inna wa akhwatuha, if it belongs to the group of inna, then it should have two things. Two things are ismu anna and khabaru anna. We know that khabaru anna is always marfu, so we can see khabaru anna is marfu. Where is ismu anna, which is mansub? This ya, this damir is our ismu anna. We have seen that the list of all of these pronouns when we were doing inna wa akhwatu. So Yusuf is saying then, la basa, no problem, or don't worry, may no harm come to you. Like in the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is from the sunnah. Isn't it some sunnah? Is somebody sick and you see them, what do you say? La basa, tahur inshallah. It is a shafa inshallah. It is a cure inshallah. So here he's just saying la basa and he's stopping here. Adhahabta ila tabibin, it doesn't mean he is not saying, he may have been said that, but the author does not bring in the things which we have not studied yet. So labasa means no problem, may no harm come to you. Adhahabta ila tabibin, did you go to the doctor? So this ta is the damir, this one, and dhahaba is the verb. So Ibrahim is saying, na'am dhahabtu, yes, I went. Sisters, pay attention. Is this question adhahabta ila tabibin, has this got any negation in there? Is there a Laisa used here or the word ma used here? No. Hence, answer is coming straightforward, na'am. If he would have said, Ama dhahabta ila tabibin, did you not go to the teacher? Then because Ibrahim has gone to the doctor, so he would have said bala. But here is using only the word naam because the question does not have any negation. If the question is positive, then your answer will be naam or la, depending on your answer. If the question has negation, then you will use bala, right? Naam zahabtu, yes, I went. Now here is the comprehension. And we have seen that in this book, Sheikh Abdul Rahim, what he's doing is that he's bringing the comprehension. Comprehension is there for him to see and for us to see if we were able to understand the lesson or not. So if we were able to understand the lesson, then we can answer these questions. So I will give you 2 minutes, read the text quickly, and then try to write these answers. No problem. We are at the just started the book too, so you can write the answers in English in your notebook and then match the answers and see if you were able to remember those things, what was in the text, and were you able to understand that or not. So your 2 minutes starts now. Please go through the text, quickly read the text, and try to remember what are the contents of the text, who went, when, where, why, these kind of things. This is basically this exercise number 1. So your 2 minutes starts now. Okay. So, Aina dhahaba Abu Ibrahim. So this is a question. Where did Ibrahim's father go? Dhahaba ila suki. He went to the market. So the question is, why Ibrahim and not Ibrahim? It is mudaf ilayh. We know that, right? Don't we? And mudaf ilayh is always majroor. Baytu Hamidin, qalamu Zaydin. Why is not Abu Ibrahimi? Because Ibrahim, this word is mamnu min as-sarf. It is a non-Arab word, and non-Arab words do not accept tanween. That's why even though it is mudaf ilayh, it is Abu Ibrahima. Is it not mudaf ilayh? No, it is mudaf ilayh. Zahaba ila suki. He went to the market. Wa aina zahabat ummuhu. And where his mother go? Zahabat ila khalatihi Zainab. She went to his maternal aunt Zainab. Mata raja Ibrahimu min al-madrasati. When did Ibrahim return from the school? رجع بعد الحصة الأولى. He returned after the first period. If you see the difference, here it is saying رجع. In the text, it was رجعت. Why رجعت? Because Ibrahim was answering. Now you are answering on his behalf. So you can't say رجعت. If you copy paste the answers, then you'll make a mistake. This is what the comprehension is, understanding is. He was saying it in the first person. You are talking about him in the third person. So you will say رجع. He returned. Whereas in the text of the book, he was saying, I returned. So he used the word raja'tu. I hope you are getting the benefit of comprehension and you understand how your answers will slightly change compared to the text because you are answering as a third person, as some onlooker. Whereas in the text, people are there who are conversing with each other. So they will use the first person. Now here, what you have to do is put this sign in front of the correct sentences. For the right and for the wrong, you have to put incorrect. So Ibrahimu, what was Ibrahim? He's a son of the sister of Yusuf, right? So is it correct? Yes, it is correct. What about Yusuf? Yusuf is the paternal uncle of Ibrahim? No, this is not correct. Yusufu Ammu Ibrahim. And then is the sisters of Ibrahim went to the library. Akhawatu Ibrahima dhahabna ila al-maktabati. Is this correct? No, this is not correct. Ikhwatu Ibrahima dhahabu ila al-jami'ati. The brothers of Ibrahim went to the university. That is correct. And then Ibrahimu ma dhahaba ila tabibi. Ibrahim did not go to the doctor. Is it correct or wrong? It's wrong because Ibrahim did go to the doctor. I hope you understood that, sisters, and I hope you were able to write the correct answers. Now, this is something we just discussed in the beginning as well. Have a look once again. Khabar can be of three types. Khabar can be one word, like here mujtahidun, single word. It's one word. Mubtada is at-talibu mubtada, mujtahidun is khabar. Or khabar can be two words. When it's come as two words, we say it is a phrase khabar. Zaidun fil masjidi. Zaid is the mubtada. Fil masjidi is harf jar and ism majroor. Together, they both are sitting in the chair. Khabar can also come in the form of a sentence. So al-mudarrisuna, this is our mubtada. The teachers. What about the teachers? The khabar about them is ذهبوا إلى المدرسة. So the translation will be the teachers, they went to the school. Or in English, run English, you say the teachers went to the school. So what is the news? What is the khabar? What is the information about the teachers? They went to the madrasa. They went to the school. So ذهبوا, what kind of word is ذهبوا? It's a verb and waw is the damir. So sentence begins with the one which begins with the verb is called verb sentence. So we will say al-mudarrisuna is the mubtada and the khabar is coming as a jumla failure, a verb sentence which is sitting in the chair of the khabar. I hope it is clear. In the previous one, khabar was the phrase khabar. So basically in this sentence, phrase was sitting in the chair of the khabar. In this sentence, in this particular example, the verb sentence ذهبوا إلى المدرسة is sitting in the chair of the khabar. So here, this is the same thing what we have just seen, but we will learn something here very, very important. Please have a good look. Did you realize what's happening? Al-awladu. What is al-awladu? Al-awladu is what? It is our mubtada. What is the khabar? We have to use word dhahaba. We have to use dhahaba. So the question is, put the word dhahaba in the empty spaces below and assign it to the appropriate pronoun. So that's what I said. What we are doing in Arabic is called isnadul fi'l al-madi ila dhamair. So we have to attach the pronouns to the verb to show who is doing the action. So when you say the boys, what will you say? Ila al-mal'abi. The boys went to the playground. So what kind of verb will we use? Will we use dhahaba or will we make some changes into that? We will use dhahabu because who we are talking about. Remember, we've studied mubtada and khabar. They must match each other in gender as well. They must match each other in number. Can I say at-talibu mujtahidun? Correct. Can I say at-talibu maridun? Correct. But can I say at-talibu maridatun? Is it okay to say? No, because maridatun is the feminine form and at-talibu is the masculine word. So we'll say at-talibu maridun. But if it was for feminine, can I say at-talibatu or at-talibatu, singular, at-talibatu maridun? Can I say that? That is wrong because at-talibatu, our mubtada, is feminine. So our khabar should also be feminine. We cannot say at-talibatu maridun. We must add ta marbuta to match both mubtada and khabar in gender. At-talibatu maridatun. This is what we have done before. Another thing is they both should match in number as well. If I say awladu dhahaba ila al-mal'abi, that would mean the boys. And what's the meaning of dhahaba? He went. So if we write word to word translation, we would end up saying the boys, he went to the playground. Can we say that? We cannot say that. If our mubtada is plural, then our khabar should also be plural. Now, this sentence, dhahabu ila al-mal'abi, is sitting in the chair of our khabar, as we've seen in the last example. So this has to match the mubtada. For it to match mubtada, we must add waw here. So the transition could become, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the brother who has done this work. I've just taken these transitions off the internet and it's a big relief that I didn't have to write anything. He has done fantastic job. The transition is written is in a spoken English, the correct way of doing English. But if we have to do word to word translation, then you will understand perhaps better. Word to word translation is the boys, they went to the playground. The boys, and then I add dhahaba, it will mean the boys, he went to the playground. So this is a mistake. So when our mubtada is plural, our khabar must refer to that plural fraction. It must say that this is plural as well. So aladu dhahabu ila al-mal'abi. Second, at-talibatu. What will we say for dhahaba? What will we add to dhahaba? Because what we are doing is we are adding pronouns to the verb to show who is the doer of the action. So what will we say for that, sisters? Can we say at-talibatu dhahabu ila al-mal'abi? That would mean they, the female students, they all males went to the school because dhahabu means they all males, isn't it? So what is the correct answer? Look at this as well, this explanation. If you had any difficulty, al-awlad was our mubtada and dhahabu is a verb sentence coming as the khabar, whereas dhahabu is that verb plus the doer, and ila al-mal'abi is ism majroor and ila is harf jar, all together in this blue box. This is a khabar, a verb sentence. So basically we could say this is a verb sentence sitting in the chair of the khabar for this mubtada al-awladu. So please bear this in mind, sisters. So for at-talibatu, we'll say dhahabna, because what at-talibat means what third person feminine, right? What is the correct pronoun form for third person? Feminine is na, this noon. What does it mean? They all females went. So if we have to do word to word translation for this sentence, what will we say? The female students, they all females went to the school. See, but in the transition, the brother has done the right thing. If he would write like this, then people may say, what is this? We don't understand. What kind of English is that? Because when writing the transition in English, he's thinking from the mind of an English-speaking person. If you are, let's say, German or a French or from China or from Japan, and you are teaching your students, you will translate into your own language. You will translate it according to the rules of your language. But this is English, so English translation is given this way. الطالبات ذهبن إلى المدرسة. The students, they went to the school. I hope it's clear, sisters, isn't it? What will you say for المدرس? The teacher went to the school. Simply you say المدرس ذهب إلى الفصل. The translation is the teacher went to the classroom. If you want to do a word-to-word translation, you could say the teacher ذهب إلى الفصل, the teacher, and then comma, then you will say he went to the classroom. I hope it is clear, sisters, you are getting that. And then you have ana. The sentence you have to come up with, I went to the airport. So can you say like this, المدرسة أنا ذهب إلى المطار? Who thinks we can say أنا ذهب إلى المطار? If ذهب is the correct word to put here in the fill in the blanks area, please press 1. If you think no, it is not correct, it should be something else, press 2. Very good. We cannot say أنا ذهب إلى المطار. That will mean أنا means I, and then ذهب إلى المطار means أنا, he went to the airport. This is wrong. We should say أنا ذهبت إلى المطار. What did we do? We added this ta. We added this pronoun, ta pronoun, to the word ذهب. أنا ذهبت إلى المطار. I went to the airport. Fifth sentence is my sister. Now it's singular feminine. My sister went to the kitchen. So can I say أختي ذهب إلى المطبخ? If you think I could say that ذهب without any addition, please press 1. If you think no, we must add something, please press 2. But if you press 2, please make sure that you know what are you going to add here. Very good. We'll say أختي ذهبت إلى المطبخ. Word to word translation will be my sister, she went to the kitchen. What's the translation of here? She went. So ذهبت means she went to the kitchen. So correct translation, not correct, but word to word will be my sister, she went to the kitchen. If I put ذهب, the translation will be my sister, he went to the kitchen, which is wrong, isn't it? And then it is where did you go? So أين ذهب أنت? Can I say أين ذهب أنت? That would mean where, and then I'm saying he went, and then I'm saying أنت, which is wrong. So I will say أين ذهبت أنت? We will use this ta pronoun, which is for anta. Now somebody may say, why anta is coming here again? Because anta is there in the ta. If I just say أين ذهبت, that means where did you go? Correct? The actual translation for أين ذهبت is where did you go? But this is for tawqid, for emphasis. So let's put a you in English after that and then see the sentence. Where did you go? You. So now you are focusing on that person. So this anta is for tawqid, this is called emphasis, but it's not reflecting in the translation here, because in English you will not say sentence like this. But if you really want to emphasize, you may say it like this, or maybe you could just say it in your voice. Where did you go? You will not say where did you go, you, right? In English, in this situation, if you want to emphasize, you will say where did you go? Whereas in normal sentence, you will say where did you go? I hope you are getting that. And we have understood here in the previous slide as well that the khabar is of the 3 type. In this exercise, we saw the khabar which was coming as a sentence. Now here the wrong pronoun is attached. What we have to do is we have to attach the correct pronoun. So if I say, so basically, you have to correct the following sentences. I want to say, did you go to the hospital, O Muhammad? Can I say, ذهبت إلى المستشفى يا Muhammad? ذهبت means I went. So the translation will be, did I went to the hospital, O Muhammad? This is wrong. What will be the correct word here? ذهبت إلى المستشفى يا Muhammad. You will change this to into this ta. And then Aminatu wa Fatimatu wa Zainabu raja'u min al-jami'ati. This is wrong because this wow is used for plural, but for only males plural. You cannot use for feminine. This would mean Amina wa Fatima wa Zainab, they all males returned to the university. So this is wrong. What's the correct? Aminatu wa Fatimatu wa Zainabu raja'na min al-jami'at. You will use this noon. And then Zumalai dhahaba ila Makkah. My classmates went to Makkah. So classmates. Zumalai is the plural. Can I say dhahaba? That would mean the translation, my classmates, he went to Makkah. So this is wrong. What should we say? My classmates, dhahabu. You should use this wow. And then ana raja'ta min al-riyadi amsi. The translation would be you returned from Riyadh yesterday. This is wrong. What we correctly needed is I returned from Riyadh yesterday. So what we'll say, ana raja'tu. This ta with the fatha will be changed into tu because ta means you. Tu is for you. So for first person, I'm using ana, I. So I cannot use ta here. Then Maryamu wa banatuha dhahabat ila Juddata. Maryam and her daughters went to Jeddah. Okay, is it right? No, the transition will be Maryam and her daughters. Dhahabat means she. So we are saying Maryam and her daughters, she went to Jeddah or Jeddah in English. This is wrong. We say Maryamu wa banatuha dhahabna ila Juddata. We can't use this ta. This ta is used for singular third person feminine. If it's a plural third person feminine, we use dhahabna. As we can see here, dhahabna. They all females went. And then ummi qala. Can ummi qala? Can ummi qala? Qala is correct. Qala means he said. Qala is the verb which means he said. Can we say ummi and then said he said? No, we must say ummi qalat because the who is doing the action here? Ummi, right? In this verb, we see the transition will be he said. Can we say my mother, he said? No, my mother said. Once again, in English, you not use the my mother, she said, he said. This is the English translation, but we understand in Arabic. And can she say if she's sick, ana maridun? No, she must say ana marida tun because she is feminine. She cannot say maridun. She must add this ta of femininity here so that can make the sentence correct. If it was father, then he could say ana maridun, I'm sick. Number fifth here. Answer the following questions in negative using ma. So we are learning something here now. We have already seen ma'un nafiya, that ma is used for negation. So a question is, did you go to the school yesterday? And you have to say, no, I did not go. How you say? La, ma dhahabtu. First of all, why are we using la here? Because question is beginning with hamzatul istifham. Hada kitabun, naam hada kitabun, or la hada qalamun. So here, you did not go to the school, so you will say first na, and then you will say ma dhahabtu. Ma means no, and dhahabtu, I did go, but this ma is negating and saying I did not go. So what's the name of this ma? This ma is called ma nafia. Another thing, which is on the sideline, we should learn that when we are negating the past tense verb, we use ma. But if you're using the present tense verb, which we haven't done so far, we will do it in future, then you use la, right? Ma dhahabtu. Araja abuka min Baghdad. Did your father returned from Baghdad? He wants to say the person is answering no, so we'll say la ma raja. No, he did not return. And then, did your sister go to the hospital? ذهبت أختك إلى المستشفى? You want to say no, she did not go. How will say la? No, ma ذهبت. She did not go. I have a question here. We say ila. We know ila is harf jar, and the word which comes after harf jar is always ism majrur. Why al mustashfa? There is no kasra here. Because as I said to you earlier, as we've discussed before, subhanallah, alif does not accept any haraka. We will say this al mustashfa is majroor, ism majroor, but the kasra is hidden. Kasra is not apparent. Why? Because this is a little bit of detail if you can remember. Because the word is ending on alif maksura. This alif, this is called alif. This is written like ya. If there were dots underneath, two dot, then it would become ya. But right now it is alif, and the name of this alif is alif maksura. And alif cannot hold haraka. Whether alif is written like this or alif is written like this, in both cases, it will not accept kasra. Have you seen asa in the Quran is used? Is there any haraka on that? Did you see Musa, any haraka on that? Mustashfa, Isa? all the nouns ending on alif maqsura, they will not accept any haraka. You will not see any fatha, any kasra, any dhamma. So we will say that the haraka is muqaddara, haraka is hidden. It's just we cannot see that. We will go in more detail about this in future lessons, inshallah. For now, understand if it's this, you see the letter drawn like this, there is no two dots here, and there's a fatha before that, then this is alif, and its name is alif maqsura. This is all I want you to remember if you can. If you cannot at this stage, it's fine. Just remember, alif will not accept the haraka. Doesn't matter if there's a harf jar before that. And then, once again, something what we have done before, inna wa akhwatuha. Today we will see another word from inna wa akhwatuha, that is called anna. Anna means that. Together, it will mean, if you add with the lam, the meaning will become because. So if you say li anna, the meaning will be because. If you don't bring lam, you just use anna, anna will mean that. So what is li anna? Li anna is lam of jar and anna added to that. Li anna, and anna is from akhawatu inna. We have seen that. So li anna means because. And according to the pronoun you will join, the meaning will change. Li annahu, because he. Li anna plus hiya, li annaha, because she. If you want to say to something in the context of because you will say li annaka. I have a question here. If I want to say because of you or because you, after li anna, can I use anta? Can I say li anna anta? If yes, please press 1. In other words, is it possible that I use li annaka for because you, or at the same time, someday I want to use li anna anta? Can I do that? Can I say li anna plus huwa? Press 1. If you think no, it's not correct, please press 2, but make sure that you know the reason if you say it's not correct. Very easy, very simple. What kind of pronoun is huwa and anta? They are marfu pronouns. They sit in the chair of marfu. But now we know that li anna is made up of two words, harf jar li, and then anna is coming after that. And we know that the ismu anna is always mansub, like ismu inna is always mansub, like ismu la'alla is always mansub, like ismu lakinna is always mansub, like ismu ka'anna is always mansub, because everything from the family of inna will have the next word mansub. So if you want to join a pronoun, you cannot use li anna anta, you have to bring in the mansub form of the pronoun. What is the mansub form of the pronoun? For anta is ka, right? For huwa, it's who. For hiya, it's ha. I hope you remember that. So here are a few sentences for us just to ponder upon. رجع حامد من المدرسة لأنه مريض. Hamid returned from the school because he is sick. لأنه, because he is. رجعت آمنة من المدرسة. Amina returned from the school لأنها مريضة, because she is sick. You see, ha is coming. Why? Because we are talking about Amina. Amina is feminine. But we cannot say li anna here, that would be wrong. And then the third one is raja'tu min al madrasati. I return from the school li annani maridatun. I am sick. Here we are considering raja'tu. This statement is given by a sister. So this two can be used for brothers and sisters both. How do we know a sister is saying that? By looking at this complete sentence. You see the beauty of Arabic language, sisters? Maridatun is telling us that the speaker is the feminine. A male person would say the same thing. Raja'tu min al-madrasati li'annani maridun, without ta marbuta. And the matter here is, I am, because I am. How do we see because I am? Li'anna ni, because this ya is yaul mutakallim. Here is the list of all the pronouns given here which are used in this exercise here. But I hope you didn't need to see those pronouns and you already knew that. Now, here comes something which we have done in the last lesson. You see, sisters, I told you, you don't have to worry about it if you don't understand anything. Those things will be repeated. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on the soul of Shaykh Abdul Rahim. He has brilliantly authored this book. He is bringing one concept in one line somewhere, not going into too much detail. So just we can see, oh, something is there, and then in future lessons he is bringing more details to that. So this is the question with the examples that answer the following questions with na'am or bala. So you see, the question is, أذهبت إلى المدرسة أمس? Did you go to school yesterday? Now there's a question, we know, because Hamzatul Istifham is there. But there is also, in the second one, ma, which is for negation, is added. This one is simple. Did you go to the school yesterday? If you went, you will say, Naam. Ahadha kitabun? Naam, hadha kitabun. But here, ma is being added. Ama dhahabta ila al-madrasati amsi? Did you not go to the school yesterday? He still wants to say, the person wants to say yes. How will he answer? Bala. Bala would mean yes, indeed. And dhahabtu means I went. So the questions which has got negation, what is the Arabic name for that? It is called al-istifhamul manfiyu, the question with the negation. Once again, if you cannot remember this Arabic word, no problem. Inshallah, we'll keep repeating that. Just understand the concept. When the question has a negation, if you are agreeing to the questioner, you will say bala. You will say bala. But what if you don't want to agree? Then you will say na'am. We'll see that, but don't worry about it right now. I'm saying this because somebody is asking a question perhaps like that. Okay, na'am is for yes and la is for no in our questions without negation. Now we are using bala here when the question is in negation and we want to say yes. What will we say for negation? Can we say la? No, we will not say la. We will use na'am, but we will say that in future. Don't worry about it. Here, a simple question. Raja'a abuka min as-suqi? When I say simple, I mean there's no negation. Did your father return from the market? Answer is yes. Yes, he returned. Na'am. Raja. Now the question is with the ma'un nafiya, with the ma of negation. So it means this whole sentence has got negation, this question. Ama raja abuka min as-suqi? Did your father not return from the market? His father returned. So he's saying, yes, indeed he returned, but he's not using naam. He is using bala. Why? Because the previous question where he used naam, there was no negation. Now there is a negation. Third one, أذهبت ليلى إلى الجامعة? Did Layla go to the university? Simple question, no negation. Answer is نعم. ذهبت, yes, she went. Next question, with the negation. أما ذهب أخوك إلى الرياض? Did your brother not go to the Riyadh? The ma is being used. No here. What's the answer? In English, he's saying, yes, indeed he went. What in Arabic? He will not say naam, he will use bala. Why? Because he's agreeing to the questioner. And the question is having a negation. So the answer will be given using bala. If the question does not have a negation, if you agree to the questioner, you will say naam. Just stick to this point. Don't go any further. When more details will come, inshallah, we will see that. Just remember, naam is used for simple question. If you want to say yes, and you will use bala if the question has negation and if you want to answer in positive. I hope it is clear, sisters. Right here, naam, raja, bala, raja, naam, dhahabat, bala, dhahaba. What we saw before is that. So this is the end of the lesson for today. Our chapter was very brief, as I told you. To recap, what we've done is we have attached the pronouns to the past tense word, something which we already knew. We have studied ma'un nafiya, ma, which is used for negation. And then we've also seen what happens to the questions which has got negation. How do you answer that? And this is called al-istifhamul manfiyu. And we've also seen the word because. The word because in Arabic is li'anna. Li'anna means because. After that, whatever pronoun you will attach, whatever person form you are attaching, you will use appropriate pronoun. If it is for third person, you will say li'annahu, third person male. If you are saying because she, you will say li'annaha. If you are saying for yourself, because I, then in Arabic for because I, you will say li'annani. So li'annani means because I. Li'annaha, because her. Li'annahu, because him. And likewise, you can attach other pronoun to join them with because. So now there's something else which is very close to my heart, and I want you to know that in advance before it shows you in the book. Because all of these things, what you are seeing since last few lessons, which are coming as additional information, you will be getting, inshallah, these coming into your weekly test. There'll be lots and lots of activities and exercises on Telegram on that for as well. So you will be able to practice that. You will see these things in much more detail. You will do a lot of practice. Detail will not be there, but the practice will be there, inshallah. So when they will actually come in the book, by that time, you will say, I already know all of that. I'm at so ease. So the thing which you feel now, oh, it is difficult, that is difficult, will go away, inshallah. So we know past tense verb. We'll take one example here. Kataba means hero. How will I, and as you've seen earlier in the last lesson, that the present tense, which is called fi'l al-mudari in Arabic, could be translated as present tense or as a future tense, depending on how it is being used, what is the context. But right now, I want you to understand one thing. Ignore he will write. We are not discussing why he will write. We will just stick to one thing because these are early days. That yaktubu means he writes or he's writing, so present tense. Now, Kataba means hero. How do you change it into present tense? Because I'm sure as a student, you would like to know how to make things in present tense, because maybe sometimes you are speaking to a family member, you know some Arabic word for any verb, dhahaba, kataba, and you want to use it in present tense, but you get stuck. You say, I don't know how to use it in present tense, so what do I do? And you just remain quiet. But today, inshallah, we'll see how you can very easily, how you can change a verb which is in past tense into present tense. So look at the right-hand side here. This list is for past tense verbs, and this list is for present tense or future tense. But as I said to you, fail mudare means both, but depending on the context. But right now, we will think that it's only for present tense. Look at this qatala, he killed. How he is killing or he kills, the meaning is coming just by adding this ya. You have jalasa, he sat. How does it mean he's sitting? Simply added ya. Ya jilisu. Dhahaba means he went. If you want to say he's going, you simply added ya. Shariba means he drank. You want to say he's drinking, what you will do? You will simply add ya. Kathura, it increased. You want to say it is increasing, what will you do? You will simply add ya. And what you will do? You will add dhamma on the last letter. Just remember, you do two things and you are ready with your present tense verb. So what did you do? Once again, you added ya before that, and you added dhamma on the last letter. So you added dhamma on the lam kalima. What is lam kalima? Lam kalima is the third letter of the word. Shariba. What is the lam kalima, sisters, here? Ba. Put on the pattern of fa'ala. Sheen is the fa kalima coming under. If I write fa'ala at the top, then sheen is right under fa. So you could say it is fa kalima. Ra is right under ain. Imagine there was a fa'ala written there. So ra is just under ain. So it is a ain kalima, second root letter. And ba is coming in the end, which is right after our pattern, our wazn fa'ala. So ba is the lam kalima. So you see, you understand fa kalima, ain kalima, and la kalima. So what do you do to make a past tense verb into present tense? Simply add a ya before that. Make the first letter with the sukoon and add the ma onto the last letter. So you did basically three small things, very small, as you can see now. Qatala, how do you make he's killing or he kills? You added wow, you made the fa kalima with the sukoon, and you put the dhamma in the end. Maybe you will think, oh, this is too much. Not too much. Your fingers will memorize that, sisters. If you write few words like that, believe me, you will be able to do that in your sleep. Trust me. And this is the first lesson. I said this is a total additional information. If you did not understand that, if you don't want to understand that, no problem. Just hear me out, listen to it. So when you actually see that or you read that in the Quran, that's the main goal, sisters. When you see that in the Quran, you can see, oh, this ya is representing the few present tense. Okay, at least you get some idea. Now, one small thing here, one small thing. When I say ya, you see it's translating as he, it. So if I want to say you are sitting, tajlisu, what will we do? What will we change? Ya is giving us the meaning of he. Simply put a ta. If you put a ta, it will mean you are sitting. Tadhabu, you are adding ta here. It would mean you are going. Tashrabu means you are drinking. So you will add ta. If I want to talk about myself, I am sitting. What will I do? I'll add hamzatul qat here. I'll say ajlisu means I am sitting. Adhabu means I am going. Ashrabu means I am drinking.
If I want to say about the plural, all of us, najlisu, we all are sitting. Nadhabu, we all are going. Nashrabu, we all are drinking. So for this, how to choose ya, ta, hamza, or noon, you need to read this. The letters alif, noon, and ya and ta are called huruful mudare. These are the letters you prefix to the present tense. Hamza will give the meaning of ana. So if I say ana ashrabu, noon will give the meaning of nahnu. Nahnu nashrabu. Ana ashrabu, I am drinking. Nahnu nashrabu, we are drinking. And this ya is for huwa. So if I say huwa yashrabu, he is drinking. And for you, now ta can be used for you or can also be used for third person singular feminine. So if I say ana anta tashrabu, means you, one male, are drinking, or she, one female, is drinking. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want to give you the overall idea. There are a few small changes here, like Shariba has got a kasra on the ra, but here got a fatha. We will come to all of this. Don't worry about it. Right now, I just want you to understand the makeup of the fail mudare, makeup of the present tense verb, so you get some idea when you see that. I'm not asking you to make those words. However, I'm asking you to do one thing. I'm asking you to memorize this conjugation of mudare. And why I'm asking you, of course, for you to understand, for us to understand the Quran, we understand it. And on the short run, you should expect questions from this slides in all your weekly tests. So you should please memorize and study these present tense verb conjugations. As you know, all of these madi, ذهب ذهب ذهبوا ذهبت ذهبتا ذهبنا ذهبت ذهبتما ذهبتم ذهبتي ذهبتما ذهبتنا ذهبتوا ذهبنا. You know all of that. He went, they two went, they all went, and so forth and so on. All I want you to do is now memorize this. And this is written right in front of you, so it's easy for you to understand. He went, he is going. They two went, yadhabani, they two are going. They all went, yazhabuna, they all are going. Tadhabu, she went, sorry, tadhabat, she went, tadhabu, she is going. Zahabata means they two female went. For the mudare present tense, you'll say tadhabani, they two females are going. Zahabna means they all females, plural, went. Yazhabna, they all plural females are going. Zahabta, you one male went. Tadhabu, you one male are going. Zahabtuma, you two males went. Tadhabani, you two males are going. Zahabtum means you all plural males went. Tadhabuna, you all plural males are going. Zahabti, you one female went. Tadhabina, you one female are going. Zahabtuma, you two females went. Tadhabani, you two females are going. Zahabtunna, you all females went. Of course, in the past. In the present tense, tadhabna, you all females are going. Zahabtu, I went. Azhabu, I am going. Zahabna in past means we went. If you do it in present tense, nazhabu, we are going. I know there are some new things here, like you see alif and noon coming here, waw and noon coming here, ya and noon coming here, and this alif and noon is repeated over and over again here, and then waw and noon is here, and alif and noon is here, alif and noon is here. But I don't want to explain that yet. It's an early stage. All I want you is to just memorize that with the translation. That's all. This is all. Oh, I'm asking nothing else from you, because this will be coming in the test. And every week it will be coming for your own benefit. Maybe you will make one mistake, two mistake, three mistake. Gradually, you will get hang of that. So Zahaba means he went, Yadhabu means he is going. So the base translation is given here. All the Madi translations given here. The present tense translation, as you can see the past tense, and you can make it to present tense, no problem with that. These are called huruful mudare, alif, nun, ya, and ta. They are added to a past tense verb to show who is doing the action. First person, second person, third person, plural, feminine, masculine, singular. So if you are not able to understand that yet, don't worry. On the Telegram, inshallah, I'll try to put explanations for this as well. So and idea is that when you open the Quran, you are able to understand that. And when you see all of this coming in future chapters, you find yourself at very much ease. You don't find yourself in difficult situation that I don't know and it is too much. Sisters, I hope you are able to understand. If you have, as some sisters say, that we want this to be repeated and that to be repeated, you will get your recording. So at your heart's content, you can just rewind it as many times as you want, speed up, put the speed lower, however you want to, whichever segment of the lesson you want to rewatch, you can do that. So it's best that we leave this repetition thing on the video instead of doing it in the class, because if we do that, then class goes beyond its 1 hour limit and sisters have some appointments, somebody has got some other things to do, and then they all start getting a little bit uneasy. So this is the recap. What we have done today, we've done 4 things which were the part of the lesson. One was to add the pronouns to the verbs. Here we go. These ones, and we have attached all the pronouns, and we know that how these pronouns are attached. We know it from before, alhamdulillah. And then we have studied the ma. Here is our exercise for ma. Here it is, ma nafia, that ma means no. And then we also seen because the word for because is li'anna. Li'anna is made up of 2 words, harf jar and anna, which is from inna wa akhwatuha. And if we have to add the pronoun after anna, then you will use the pronoun from this attached pronoun list, which we have seen that before. These are the same pronouns we used with inna when we want to use ismu inna as a damir. What else have we done? We have done al-istifham al-manfi, when the question has got negation. Ama raja abuka min as-suq. It is ma is coming here. It is possible to use laysa as well, but we will see that inshallah in more of the laysa examples in future lessons. But laysa is also for negation. So either you use laysa or you use ma of nafiya. Both are giving the meaning of negation. And the last thing what we saw was about these verbs, how to make past tense into present tense. If you read it few times and pay attention, you will be able to understand. The only confusion you will have will be for one thing which I have not explained, and that will be that ta in the madi, in other words, ain kalima, we see is fatha, fatha, fatha here for these 3 verbs, but we see here it is changing. So I would suggest for the mudare, I'm not asking you to make a mudare from the past tense verb, which you don't know mudare. I want you to just study the verbs where you see Madi and Mudare both coming together. And in the lesson, if you realize that, alhamdulillah, we've already started using the verbs in both forms, Madi and Mudare, for you to understand. Look here, Zahaba is the past tense, you know that. But now we are using Yadhabu all the time. So you can see it's present tense, Yadhabu, he is going. What is happening here? We've simply added the Ya and added the Ma on the last letter. Right, I hope it is clear. If there's nothing else, then we will end the class. Thank you so much for coming. Jazakumullah khair. One important thing before we end the class, as I try to repeat it often, sisters, all you are doing here is, all you are coming here is to learn the language of the Noble Quran. Don't let Shaitan tell you lessons are difficult or so many concepts are coming. Concepts are coming which are in the book or which are necessary for us to learn, and inshallah will be helpful for us. Understand one thing. If you are having difficulty in that, and you're still striving in that path, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your efforts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your pain. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you in much, much more. So please stick to that. All the difficulties you are having is for you to learn the deen, is for you to learn the language of the Noble Quran. So just be ready. Good news is there for you. Be ready for heaps of rewards for you. Yeah. And those who are finding easy, inshallah, of course, rewards are for them as well. There is no parable here, but I'm just telling you, and of course, all of you know that it comes in the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam for tajweed, that the one who is reciting Quran and finds it difficult, for him or her, it's a double reward compared to the person who finds it easy and just conveniently read the Quran. Both are getting reward, but it is an encouragement for those who find it difficult. It's not that if it's difficult, then stop reciting the Quran. No, you try. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your efforts and my efforts and your efforts, sisters. The idea is this: we stay in the path. Success is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are commanded to just make the niyyah and try. So stick with that. 1 hour of the class, maybe few minutes every week, every day revision. That's it. It's really not something difficult. We spend a lot of time on social media, just browsing, scrolling screen one after the other. We keep swiping, just useful or non-useful material is coming in front of us, and we're spending time on that. Set aside some time for everyday revision. I would suggest you to have kind of a revision system for you, where you revise your current lesson and you also go back and see your previous lessons, sometimes 3 pages, sometimes 5 pages, because previous lessons revision is very easy. You just look at it and you remember, oh yes, I've saw that. But then this will give you a lot of benefit in your current lessons and future lessons. So I hope, sister, this is the advice for myself first and then for yourself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.